Joining us now from Washington, D.C. is ABC News contributor Tom Bossert, a former White House Homeland Security advisor. Tom, good morning to you. It's good to have you. So we just heard there in Janae's report that some hospitals again are nearing capacity, experiencing staffing shortages. How bad do you expect this surge will get, and what should the Biden administration be doing about this?
Good morning, Whit. This is really bad. If this pace continues for the next 4 or 5 days, which it seems it will, the hospital systems in Florida and Louisiana will collapse. That's how bad this is. And by collapse, I mean they will be full. Their ICUs and their hospitals, they will be turning away patients. And if we see a hospital system in a state or multiple states in this country move to what we call crisis of care standards, where they have to essentially triage who gets in to get care and turn people away saying, I'm sorry, you might benefit from care, but we're full. That will be bad, not only, as Dr. Fauci said, for the states and for those patients, but for the entire country.
Now, of course, we should point out that projections can change depending on how people behave, mass vaccinations, at least in the long term. But it's this short-term, urgent situation that we're seeing. You mentioned at the federal level, but there is a political divide between some of these states and the Biden administration. What should governors and local officials be doing as steps they should be taking in these hot zones right now?
Let me make sure I clarify here. In some states and some regions in this country, Florida, Louisiana, Texas is looking bad, all through the Gulf Coast. I believe it's too late for any meaningful mitigation. In other words, there is so much disease that what we're seeing is a mathematical certainty and not a function of uncertainty with the spread of this disease. And what the federal government and local governments should be doing in those places is, unfortunately, focusing on consequence management. They should be getting their hospital systems, and the federal government should be helping with this, with their national disaster medical system, in a position to augment those healthcare workers, to handle a surge capacity, to support their definitive care shortages, and to start thinking about moving patients to other places to help them where the hospitals will be full. Now, that doesn't mean that applies to the entire country. If you're in the Northwest or in the Rust Belt, even in the Northeast or Northwest, with Washington as an exception, I'm watching the numbers there look troubling. Mitigation is not too late. And so a return to distancing and mask wearing and a strong push for more vaccinations is an extremely important message, but there is a difference.
So we don't have much time for this last one, but I want to get to it because many people are trying to draw comparisons to the Delta variant surge that we've seen in the UK, where cases peaked sharply and then came back down. Do you expect we'll have a similar outcome here in the U.S.?
I'm so glad you asked. That's exactly the mistake that's being made here. No, we are seeing a quite different and worse response to the Delta variant in the United States. If you look to the ICU numbers, that's the important metric right now. We are seeing per million an admission rate in the United States 300% greater than what the British experienced at their peak. And we're not yet at our peak.
Wow. All right, Tom Bossert, thank you so much again for your time this morning. Important to think about as we move through this latest surge. We appreciate it.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.